Well, hello. This seat is a lot lower than I expected, but that's okay. Well, welcome back to another episode of Plants by Jasmine. I'm Jasmine, and this is my journey of being just a regular plant mom with a goal of being a plant collector. So I've got a few tasks today. Mostly it's just plant chores, but then I also have an introduction to a couple of new plants. But first things first, this back here needs some help. I know that you can't see it, but I can. It's driving me insane. So Honey's gonna join us today. I'm gonna go ahead and try to clean this mess up real quick, and then we'll start the repotting and everything else that we need to do today. So thanks for being here. So first things first, right, is just trying to figure out how this microphone is gonna stick to me, because I'm having difficulties actually trying to keep it on my shirt and not be scruffy. So bear with me as I figure this out. We've got a lot going on here today. Hopefully she's not eating anything she's not supposed to. We're gonna just do a real quick cleanup. Okay, well, now that that task is done, I'm ready to move forward. I have a lot of plants here that I'm considering repotting or moving around. So that's essentially what I'm going to be doing. But before I even, I'm glad I'm repotting what I'm figuring out here. So before I even get to this point, I want to introduce you to some of our new plants in the collection that I am so stinking excited about. For a different video, but still gonna unbox her because she's a beautiful, is my new calathea. Now listen, I am not a huge calathea fan, but for this particular video, that is not this one. I am trying to challenge myself, let's just say. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this is the first one. I found this at Tagawa Garden Center here in Denver, Colorado. More of probably the Parker area. But let me tell you, this store, Honey, get down. Honey, cats are outside. But this nursery, I feel like it's been hours in. The joy that I felt walking in there and just being in that space was so beautiful. They had houseplants. They had anything that you needed when it comes to outdoor planting and gardening and everything. I'm gonna link all of their information below, but it's definitely somewhere that I'm gonna try to get an interview and just do a tour of, because the world needs to see this place. It is so stinking cute. Here is the first plant. It's a calathea. I have no idea which calathea it is. It says calathea assorted 4-inch, but look how cute this is. It's pretty adorable. I'm going to set it aside away from all of my other plants for a few days just to make sure we don't have any icky crawlers. This one's super exciting. I'm excited to have it part of my collection, and hopefully it survives me. The next one, girl, when I first got introduced to this plant. Let me just give you a backstory. First got introduced to this plant in Utah with Bridget at Beyond the Leaf. And when I saw it, I just wanted to fall over. I was like, this is the cutest plant ever. Girl, let me show you. She's adorable. If I can get her out of this. Look how gorgeous she is. Oh my gosh, you can't even see her leaves. I can't. Look how cute. And the new baby. If you don't know what this plant is, it's a Mickey Mouse alocasia. It's unique in the way that it grows with this fun squishiness. I don't even know. I don't know how or why that happens. Obviously, it's natural because it's well watered, and they're all like this. So when I say I am ecstatic that I bought this plant, I am ecstatic. Oh, I've always wanted one since I saw it. I was like, I have to have this. I am going to get it very close to my other alocasia cruprea after we go through a few days of quarantine. It's gonna be a great time. I'm so excited. I just had to show these beauties off. We're gonna go set them aside for now and then get going on the rest of our project. Today, basically what I wanna do is quick repotting and try to make sure that some of our plants are in the best places that they need to be. So for example, I want to repot my Croniana Eskimo because she definitely isn't in the soil that she needs to be. She's just in her nursery soil. And I know I haven't had her that long, and typically you wouldn't repot for a year at least. But I am just concerned because her leaves are curling, which tells me that I probably watered her a little bit too much the last time I watered her and didn't wait long enough for her to dry out. But also I want to make sure that she's in the environment that she needs to survive. So I'm going to keep her in their same pot. I'm going to put her in more of a bulky kind of soil to make sure she's in that good, right environment that she needs. And then I'm going to move her actually over into my greenhouse with my other Hoyas and more succulent type plants because I want to make sure she's in a good space so then that my alocasias can be over here in this area with good east facing sunlight, but then also I can turn my humidifier back on daily so that they have the humidity that they need. I have been hesitant to turn on my humidifier since the Croniana has been here because I know that they don't need a ton of humidity because they do, but they don't like to be moist, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I was concerned that I had my humidifier on while she was sitting there that she would be too moist. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to lose her because I love her. I think she's amazing. And again, just a huge reminder, this is my journey of becoming a plant collector. So there may be things that I do wrong. And if you see something that you're like, hey, Jasmine, actually, you need to do this, just comment below. Help a girl out. We're all learning. We're a community here, right? That's why I'm here. I've got several products that I'm going to be using today, some of which I bought from Tagawa Garden Center and some others I got from Birds All & Co. I love when I accidentally do this. This is so fun. But Birds All & Co, I was able to get Sungrows, Black Gold, Perlite. Tagawa Gardens, I got Sungrow Gold, just their natural organic potting plus fertilizer mix. So if I hadn't gotten this, I probably would have used my Arber plant food or my root boost. But since I already have this, I'm not gonna worry about trying to fertilize the soil. But I will give it a good drink of water once we actually do repot. And then also from Tagawa Gardens, I got this really nice, like chunky perlite orchid bark type mix that I'm hoping to mix in with the soil here so that my Hoyas have a more chunky, well-draining soil. See how this turns out. It may turn out really bad, but we're gonna try it anyway. So we're gonna start by repotting these little guys. They are devastated in fungus gnats right now, like all of my pretty little baby pottings. I think this is a great opportunity for me to check the roots to see how the roots are doing, and then to also just put them in some perlite and soil mixture and then water them down real good so then their roots have hopefully a better chance instead of just trying to survive in soil. But actually, this guy looks like it might have a root sticking out here. I don't know if that's a root, but I think that it might be. Does that look like a root right there? Is that a root? I guess we're about to find out. It is the root. It's clinging to the bottom. I'm gonna try to... It's just so stuck. It's something's happening. Oh yes, baby girl. I'm sorry you guys have to hear all of my weird sounds, but what in the world is this? This is so fun. Oh my gosh. So this has been in the soil for probably for like maybe 3 months. If this was a perfect world, it would be staying in that soil for a lot longer, but here we are. This is essentially just gonna go in the trash because it's just mixed in with a bunch of nasty fungus gnat eggs. I'm so tired of them. Here's the second one. We're making it just a ginormous mess. And of course, I don't put anything down ever. All right, this is doing okay. They definitely needed to be watered, but they will get their water momentarily. This one is gonna be interesting. I wasn't even sure if this one was actually doing anything. And look, it has a tiny baby. I love seeing this. This one obviously is doing great because it has that leaf. I've been trying to fight these fungus gnats tooth and nail. It's not been fun. I guess I'd rather have fungus gnats than, I'm not even gonna put that in the universe, but you can imagine what I'm trying to say here. This guy's doing good. He's got a little baby root coming. I don't know what's going on keeping it from coming up, but it's got a pretty good root system. Oh yeah, girl's been doing good. Look at that root system. Wow. I'm so excited to see it very much cleaned up. Wow. I'm so impressed. This was my first time doing this. Last one, we'll see what happens. All right, pretty good system going here too. So essentially what I need to do is just go on over to the sink, make sure these get cleaned up so we can put them in a more fitting environment. This thing needs to be taken out too, actually. This is my mother string of bananas. And it's been a rough time for everyone involved. But the root system's there. I don't know, sis. I don't know what's going on here. Nothing good, except for this one strand. Maybe this other strand is doing okay. No, there's not a root system to be had here. That's pretty sad. It's alive, it's just not thriving. That's something there. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Well, this is gonna go get cleaned off, and it's gonna have a similar situation of its friends. I just love the smell of soil. It's so nice. Well, I'm gonna go to the sink and clean this up, and then we'll be back. All right, we made it back with super clean root. We're just gonna go in. We're going to put them back in very similar pots, maybe. I super duper wish that I had clear pots, but your girl spent money on terracotta colored pots. Don't ask me why. So essentially I'm gonna fill it up like that much. And then I'm going to put this beautiful specimen in here. And then fill the rest of it up with soil. That's kind of my plan. And we're gonna see how it goes. So here she is. The bottom's full of perlite. She doesn't look any different than she did before, so it's all good. Over the course of the next few months into spring, we'll just make sure that she's doing well. That's pretty much my plan. I think what I might do is put these together because I think it would be super cute. Something that was super interesting is look at that root ball. Oh, I've never seen that, and I think that is so cool, and it happened for both. So I know good things are happening with these plants. But I think that a pothos string of bananas mix would just be adorable. So we're gonna try it and see what happens. It may fail, but it may not. We'll see. That completes that portion of this project. The next portion is going to be going in probably our elephant ear because it really needs some help. So I'm gonna grab a pot real quick for it. Honestly, I'm wondering if this will do it. We're about to find out. So I got this at Target a while back during Halloween time, and it's been doing pretty good up until recently. It has sprouted a brand new leaf, which is so fun. But I've just noticed that a lot of the roots just keep dying, and so I think it would be beneficial for this to go into soil. Now, I don't know a lot about elephant ears aside from what I grew up learning, and they like a lot of sunlight. They like to be in dirt. That's pretty much all I know. I don't know anything else. I got it for the fun of it. What I think I might do is just mix up some perlite and some soil and just pot it and then see what happens. I think that that's the best bet for this plant. I also recently moved it from a not well lit area of my living room over to this area, and it has done a lot better. It had lost 2 leaves. It was just going through a whole experience, but I think it'll be a lot happier in some soil that's decently draining. It's in my fingernails. It's in my nails. It just feels so weird. Oh my gosh. Look how cute this is. I'm in love. I'm excited to see how this girl goes, and I'm hoping for the best. Next up on the docket, I think I'm gonna go ahead and move forward with the Cronia. Over here, my sweet Eskimo girl we gotta figure out what's going on. I'm a little bit worried about root rot. I'm not gonna lie, it freaks me out. Some of the leaves look great. Some of the strands look awesome, which I'm happy about, but we just dried out from an extremely wet soil. So I just wanna make sure there's no root rot and make sure she's thriving in the environment she needs. As you can see, a lot of the leaves look like this sad, or then others, I want them to look like this. So I want to dig in, see what's happening, see if she's healthy, and go from there. I don't think she has any pests, so I'm pretty happy about that. You can tell she's pretty dry. I really don't see anything that's super concerning. It's just dried out pretty well, which I think is good. I think I should just go ahead and, no, it fell off, no. We're gonna move her into some chunky mix. I think I'm gonna wash it down real quick. So let me go wipe this down. Nothing wrong with cleaning up a pot and reusing, right? We're going to mix some stuff up. Real chunky perlite orchid mix with just regular potting soil. I think that's the plan. So I've never done this before. I don't have a huge container, so we're just gonna do it in this container. I'm gonna try to get more of the orchid bark than the perlite is the goal. So I've got a mixture in here. I didn't plan this out very well, but we're gonna use this bag here with refuse in it, and we're gonna knock a lot of this off. Just losing strands as we go. Maybe Sis just needs a small pot. I'm just gonna leave Sis alone now, because I am kind of freaked out by what I found. She just like broke apart into a lot of different little pieces, so maybe that's a good thing. I don't really know what that means. We're gonna put a lot more in here. There was some soil. I just think now she probably needs a smaller pot, but maybe if I can just make sure she's got a chunky mix, it's gonna be fine, right? It'll be fine. I'm just gonna try to piece her back in here, and we're gonna just monitor her over the next few weeks. Look at all these random strands. It just makes me so nervous about what's gonna come next, but we're gonna go with it and pray she survives. She's gonna come out of this looking dazzling. Honestly, I kind of wish I never had done this. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. Everything's staying. It's repotted. If for whatever reason Sis doesn't make it, I got babies. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna put her in her place here soon, but for now she's just gonna hang out in the background. Next up is this buddy. We have a whole mess going on. Let's see what we can do with this guy. He definitely needs a chunkier mix for sure, so that's what we're gonna go in and do. See what this root ball is like. Not bad. It doesn't have a ton of roots, but better than it was, so I can't complain. We're just gonna put him right back in the pot that we had him in. We're gonna mix it up with some chunky perlite orchid bark stuff like we did with the Corniana. I just hope this isn't one of those moments when we f around when we find out. I hope it's like a good moment where it's like, you found out. We're gonna find out. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. It's gonna thrive. I'm gonna go drink some water, and then I'm gonna come back with a voice that probably is a little more palatable on your earlobes. So give me just a moment. I'm gonna move my heart-shaped philodendron over to where my Corniana was. She's actually in her original, is this 4-inch pot? I think it's 4-inch, I don't know. But I've been having her hang out in this huge terracotta pot, but she's been doing fine, so I'm gonna put her right here. So much and so little of her, it really does crack me up. She's been doing super great in my greenhouse, but I think she's also gonna do super well out here also. I'm gonna move this more to the center, and I'm gonna put this guy, ooh, so scrapey. Maybe here, I don't know yet. I wanna make sure that this still gets enough light, so we'll see. This can play a little bit. It's got bark in it. Ugh. Fun fact, I picked this plant up. I think it's an alocasia. I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna be completely honest. It does have a new leaf starting down there. You probably can't see it, but I picked it up at the school, and it was out of soil completely, and I was like, I can take it home and I can get it going. You can see it's got a new leaf if it's showing up, and some good solid roots there. So I'm gonna give it some fresh water today and put it back up here. And then of course I put that extra strand of the Corniana Eskimo in with the rest of its other pals in hopes that it can refresh some roots there. So I'll put some fresh water in there as well. Thought about repotting my Birkin because it's kind of really wobbly and odd. I'm gonna just let it do its thing, I think, and put it back over here because it's been supremely happy right here. I am so proud of it. It just loves this space. I think I might actually see if Sis will hang out here. Oh, perfect. That's what we'll do. My Hoya Meyer Samopa has been pretty decently happy right here, so I'm gonna leave him there. We're gonna move our rope Hoya and then Corniana Eskimo over to the greenhouse. Oh, listen, the greenhouse isn't doing much better, my pals. I'm telling you, I'm still just trying to figure it out. There's a lot of project issues that have come with this greenhouse of mine, but essentially I got magnets to stick the lights up to the top and that did not work at all. Nothing's up at the top right now. Everything is just hanging out down here. Mostly it's just my succulents, which are doing phenomenal, I will state. So things aren't super pretty yet. I've found that this project is just very expensive. I'm gonna be completely honest. And I'm not necessarily broke, but I wanna spend money on new plants. I guess that's my problem. I'm gonna have to make a little bit of room in here for the Corniana. So that's essentially what I'm gonna be doing right now. So can't really see my lovely chairs in the way. Transcantia, man, I just can't figure them out. I think the idea it needs some type of trellis. I know it's probably not like that kind of plant, but I think that's what a girl needs. I just hate this plant. Look, every time I move it, something falls off. And so I just stick it in water and it does it. So that's where I'm at right now with the greenhouse. Hey pals, that has been my plant detour update for this week. Thanks for joining me for another episode of PBJ. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week.